Good evening everybody and welcome to another Magical Moon video. It is a chilly evening here in France and we have spent the day with the boys getting into the festive mood, and it has been fun with little Oscar Robin, who turns 2 on the 19th of December. He's into everything.
He's like a whirlwind. So we've just been out. They have got all the decorations. They've got all different bits and pieces out. It's that time of year. So just giving them a taster of hopefully what's to come. So yeah, it's been a really nice day out. But it is that time in the evening. As you can probably see behind me, the horses are getting a little bit tetchy because it's feed time. So we're going to get on and we're going to get them fed. But before we do, we're just going to let you know.
Yes, so tonight's video is going to be a repeat. Wouldn't normally do this, but we've had so many questions on the herd, and we did make a video back in spring that answers all of those questions. So because we've had a bit of a day off, we decided we're going to show you that video again. So what you'll see next is back in spring, and you'll meet the herd, and Nick will tell you all about them. So I hope you enjoy it, and forgive me those of you who've seen it before, but it is lovely to see them galloping about doing their thing. So hopefully you'll forgive us just this once. But
I think, well, we did just watch a rerun of it not so long ago, and it is really, really beautiful, and it just sets the mood for what we're all about and what those guys up there are and who they are. And then back down here, and if you want to catch up on all the legends, there's plenty on these guys. So lots of love to you all. Stay magical. Keep doing what you do, because every little helps, as we've always said. You know, just watching, subscribing, liking, telling your friends about it. It's all really making a difference.
I can hear Nanny. She's getting annoyed.
Let's go.
We need to go.
Love to you all.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Magical Moon video. I am here at one of the highest places on our land. It is the beautiful top field. On a day like today, it doesn't get much better. And I am here with the younger herd, which people have asked about. We have introduced a few of them in their own videos previously, but if you don't know, we're just going to do a short catch up. I'll introduce you individually to them, but just to say they are completely left to their own devices. So apart from coming in for the odd checkup, they come in periodically. We'll get them in a pair at a time because they do tend to pair up. So we'll get them in, check them over if they need treating. So as you've seen before, they've had the equine dentist, they've also had the farrier come, and just general care. We need to get them in, and it gives us a chance to really look them over, but we try and leave them to their own devices. And they have all this beautiful land. So we have 21 hectares here. We have the woodland, we've got the other fields, and we've got this, so I'm guessing around probably somewhere in the region of 12-15 hectares. They just roam about. They've got natural shelter, so they've got all trees and places they go. In the middle woods there's a sheltered area. They've got access to water, so we're very lucky. We have a few springs here on the farm, so all year round they can get access to water. We do top it up down the bottom just in case they're passing and they feel like they want to have a drink, and that comes from our well, so we're lucky in that respect. But yeah, they really fend for themselves and they're happy to do that. They look really well, and it's the most natural way for horses to be. They are designed to be grazers, so they walk and they eat and they walk and they eat, and that's what happens all the time when they're just in their natural environment. So these guys are as close to nature as we can get them, and they look really well. We obviously come and check them. You might have seen me on the quad bike, or we come up for walks with the dogs just to cast our eye over them, but we just try and leave them as much as possible just to enjoy being in this beautiful environment. So it works really well. The main thing with all of them is that as they get older they might need to come in, so it's that part of that circle of life and the whole system. As they get a bit older and they might need care, a bit more intensive care, as they become older equines, they will come into the stables for that care. So at the moment, let's say they're all fairly young and they're fit and they're well, but obviously we'd bring them in if there was a problem. But moving forward into their latter years, they will come and just be part of that process, so they will become the legends in the stable or part of that whole operation. So hopefully not too soon, because they've all still got a bit of spring in their step, but it is just a really lovely way to see horses just being free. So a few of you asked about the older legends and the reason for bringing them into stalls and doing all the stuff we do, and that's just because they need that much more intensive care regime. So it's just horses for courses, whatever suits we will do. So as and when things change, we change with them. There are no fixed plans, and we can move stuff about, and that's what we try and do. Just keep it flexible and just keep it so that everyone, we hit that nice happy medium all the time. And I think, as you can see from these guys, we've cracked it. So let's go round and I'll just give you a quick introduction. I think behind me here is Jarvis. He's a little pony, a beautiful little Palomino pony that Toby had jumped a bit at the local riding school. We don't know too much about his past, but what we do know is he's a very good competition horse, but he is extremely hard to catch. He's very strange. When he's like he is here, he's completely happy and fine, but if you try and catch him, he's a bit awkward to catch. But once you get him and you put a bridle or a saddle on him, he just transforms into the most magical pony. So he's been really good for Toby, for the kids to do stuff with. Moving around down here, we have, I think everyone will know, this tiny little pony, Kimmy, who's just out. She's broke out and she's in the pasture, so we have to keep an eye on her diet, because as you can imagine, she'll just eat and eat until she goes pop. So right now I am with Beauty RJ, who is my very special horse. She was a horse that we paid £1 for back in the UK. She was destined to be put down because she was deemed dangerous and all the other stuff. She wasn't, she was just very lost, and we formed a brilliant partnership, and you'll see in the video, which Jenny did a beautiful video previously, I think it's called A Thing of Beauty, and it explains a little bit more about her. But she was really special, and just goes to show what you can do once you form that bond and you've got that trust. It's just the most incredible thing, and I was just very grateful to have gained her trust, and yeah, we had some really good times together. Let's go and meet the next one. So just to the side of me is Avatar, a beautiful mare. She's one of the sweetest horses. She was retired early to us, we think through injury. We don't know a lot about her past, but we do know she's really well bred. So she has fantastic bloodlines, and she's got such a kind nature, and she's a real part of the herd. She's very friendly, and she looks after all the other guys. So yeah, she's a really lovely mare. I'm here with Belle, the next one of the young herd. She's actually a horse that we bred. Her mother was deemed unrideable and dangerous, and it was a success story. We turned her around, and then we actually got her in foal to give her something to think about. she had Belle and then she was rehomed successfully, and she's gone on to be a fantastic horse, and we've devoted the rest of our time with Belle to bringing her on. I actually broke her in. She was very, very accepting. I've ridden her about and I've hacked her around. She hasn't done too much, but she's actually got quite a lot of potential, and there's stuff that we can be doing with her in the future. But for now, she's just chilling with the rest of the young herd. Let's go and meet the others. This is Bear. We rescued him back in the UK. He was in a bit of a sorry state when we got him. He'd been confined to a barn for many years, and when he came out we realised he had a problem with his eyes. It's called moon blindness. So it's actually, I think his eyes, they look better to me now, but as he gets older they will deteriorate, or they are deteriorating. But Belle is his guiding partner, so she sticks with him and stays by his side. But he's very, very sweet. He's actually, we didn't know whether he'd been broken or not. I have put a saddle and bridle on him and I've lightly ridden him, and he was really, really sweet. So he's just a nice horse, and he's really good. And as I say, he's at home here with the young herd. He can just follow them about, there's no pressure, but Belle just can be by his side and guide him around. So yeah, he's really another really sweet horse. We're very lucky to have the nice characters of horses we have, and it just goes to show that these horses, from wherever they've come, that they can still maintain that nice, kind character. So yeah, it's very heartwarming. But he's really cool. On to the next one. I'm here with the lovely Oliver. He's a fantastic horse. He's a very big, rangy horse, as you can see. He was actually, again, destined to be put down because he had a problem with one of his legs. He was seemingly incurable. As it transpires, we've given him time and he came good. He actually came sound. I've ridden him and I've jumped him. He's a fantastic horse. He can be a bit cheeky, but I think that was more to the point that he was just a bit of a tricky horse to ride. Or he was difficult. He wouldn't do exactly what they wanted when they wanted him to do it, and he did have a problem. But since being here and just free roaming, yeah, he's come sound, he's come strong. And then, as I say, in the early days when we came here, I have ridden him and I have jumped him, and yeah, he's fantastic, very, very athletic. But at the moment, he's just hanging out with the rest of the young herd. So another success story from the Moon household.